Good evening, wherever you're watching WY TV from. It's another edition of News Review. I am Odunayo Adelere. You're welcome to another edition on WY TV. Thanks to all our viewers, both home and abroad, for always staying glued to WY TV. And to our sponsor, Nokpa, I'll also say a very big thank you to you, because without you, there is nothing showing on WY TV. We say a very big thank you to you. Just like yesterday, we were all shouting Happy New Month, Merry Christmas in advance, and Happy New Year in advance as well. And within the twinkling of an eye, today is 23rd of December 2024, and come next tomorrow we'll be celebrating Merry Christmas. Myself and you will all live to witness this and many more of it. You know, we'll do it on the show, bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll talk on the hot speaks, the one we should talk about. But I won't be the only one talking. You can drop your own comment section, or you can as well call in. Let me know your opinion on whatever I will be discussing this afternoon. On Punch newspaper, we have Stampede death, state list of conditions for palliative distribution. Police deny killing hunger protesters, demand amnesty's apology. Tinubu repeating Buhari's borrowing mistakes, says Atiku. On Vanguard newspaper, we have Yuletide. Federal government declares December 26, January 1 as public holiday. Hardship, Nigerians now serve Agbo Jedi, libido booster at Owambe's. We have enough foe, avoid panic buying, Imran urges Nigerians. On Daily Post newspaper, we have no presence of Lakurawa's militants in Northwest, says Minister. Rich people should share their wealth with the poor, Bishop Adeoye. Fire destroys shop in Abia Market. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Please don't go nowhere, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
When life breathes into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from our short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa Abba's. Like I said, Nokpa Abba's deals with Nokpa Abba mixture, Abba tonic, Abba bitters, flusher powder, energy powder. Whichever you need, you can send a DM or call the numbers 070101085549 or 081231434434. You can as well be a distributor. Whether you're in Nigeria or you're outside the country, you can be a big distributor. Just get it from the warehouse and you can sell it within your vicinity. And trust me, it's actually a good one. Remember to adorn your health with herbals, because health, they say, is wealth. So the first one I'll be discussing this afternoon is Stampede death, state's list of conditions for palliative distribution. Since last week Wednesday, we've been having different kind of occurrences, stampede occurrences. I started from Ibadan, whereby the ex-Oni of Ife's queen, that is the Queen Naomi Shilekwola, wanted to show a kind gesture to make children feel loved, to make children feel like they are welcomed, not to let them feel abandoned. Decided to bring a fun fair that will bring children together, and decide that, okay, from my own pocket, from my foundation, which is Wings Foundation, would like to give each children 5,000 naira, and some might actually be fortunate to have scholarship for education. And on the long run, everything went haywire, whereby children started stepping on themselves, and which led to multiple of deaths, because as at today the record was more than 35 children died, while some are still severely injured at the hospital. 2 days after Ibadan's occurrence, another one happened in Abuja, Holy Trinity Catholic Church, Maitama, Abuja, and I swear in Anambra State. I kind of thought that one already happened. I think this should serve as lesson to others that might want to do all these charity things and all that. Nobody's stopping you from doing it, but it has happened once, and we've seen how it happened. We shouldn't allow what happened there repeat itself again. But unfortunately, it happened again, whereby now, according to the news, about 22 people already died in Anambra Stampede. Again, now calculate 35 plus 22, we're having over like 60 plus and all that. And this thing keeps occurring. Fine, we know there is hunger in the land. We understand that there is famine in the land, there is poverty in the land. Things are tough, but in a situation like this, what are the measures put in place to keep our health in check? Because if you are coming to this kind of gathering like this, we know that some people that are asthmatic patients, those that cannot stay for a very long period of time under it, those that cannot stand pressure and all that. We are different people with different kind of health challenges that we cannot even say this is what is actually happening. Now, not to talk of children that can hardly talk. Children that can hardly say this is what is actually happening to me. We have parents throwing their children over the fence, all because of how much. Now, federal government, I am calling on you, because if things are actually rosy in Nigeria, trust me, we won't have situations like this whereby Christmas is like how many days and we started recording death occurrences like this, and these things can actually be prevented. There are things that we foreseen that we can actually stop from occurring, but unfortunately they're actually happening. Now, some states already listed some things, conditions for palliative distribution. As part of effort to prevent tragedies at public events, several states have started the implementation of strict precautionary measures, the Punch report. This comes after 67 people, 35 of them children, died in Stampede in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, Okija, Anambra State, and Abuja during the funfair and food distribution ceremonies. In the rush to secure free food items from the organizers, some of the participants were trampled upon, resulting to fatalities, while 35 children were confirmed dead by the police in Ibadan, 10 people in Abuja, while 22 were reported dead in Okija, Anambra State. In a decisive action, the Lagos State government mandated individuals and groups to register with state safety agencies when planning for events expected to host more than 250 attendees, both during and after the Yuletide. The government emphasized that failure to comply with this directive will result in sanctions for event organizers. At a media briefing on Sunday, the State Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Benga Oyerede, and his counterpart in the Ministry of Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, alongside heads of state safety commissions, stressed the importance of adequate crowd control measures in preventing tragedies. When we have things like this that want to happen, number one, I think the medical should be on ground, which requires ambulances and nurses, doctors who will be on ground. Like if this thing actually happened, we know first aid will be given to them. If unfortunately after the first aid and nothing comes out of it, then we'll know that you actually tried your best. And number two, security. Nigeria is now a place whereby you can't even say you are safe in your home. Not talk of going to the gathering of large people and you think it is actually safe, whereby kidnapping happens, anything can just happen and all that. So medical things have to be in place, security check has to be in place. Even the organizers, what other things are you putting in check for them to see the place that they are going to? Is it well ventilated and all that? Now the Lagos State has come out that if you fail to register your thing with all the safety association, it can lead to sanction of the organizers of the event, which is actually happening presently. Now, this that happened in Ibadan, the ex-queen Oni of Ife, that is Oni Naomi, and Agidigbo FM leader, which is Uriyomi Hamzat, actually in custody due to one or two accusations and all that. But this is them trying to show a kind gesture, which actually resulted into something else that they did not even expect at all. And to our people out there, we understand the fact that there is hunger in the land, but we have to do things accordingly, because if we had actually done these things accordingly, I don't think there will be any record of all this. But you made it known that indeed there was actually hunger in the land, and how much are you going to be given that actually led to several lives being lost? We have homes whereby all the children that went out from that home did not return back home alive. They were dead and all that. So all these things can be curbed. We understand the fact that there is hunger in the land, but once we follow protocol, once we follow rules and regulations, I feel all these things are not going to happen anymore in our country. The second one says, police deny killing hunger protesters, demand Amnesty's apology. If everybody is actually going to apologize to you, I don't think Amnesty should come out to actually apologize to the police, because it was glaring. Is it the protest that was done during the NSAS 2020, the sporadical shooting, that and all that were recorded, and at the end of the day, at the long run, when the government came out, we were told nothing of such happened. We decided to keep our mouth shut and we continued living our lives as if nothing has actually happened, where we know something happened. Another one happened again, another protest, whereby they are trying to tell that, sir, there is hunger in the land, we are going in pain, we are wallowing in abject poverty, you need to help us do something about this thing. And what did the police officers do? They tear gassed those people that came out innocently, just with placards. They were not even with instruments, they were not even with gadgets that can harm anybody. They came out peacefully with placards in their hands, written all over it that end bad governance, end hunger in the land. At the end of the day, the federal government, what did the police officers do? They tear gassed them. Some even lost their lives in the process, which was glaring. We saw it as Nigerians. Not to talk of those that are outside the country that actually, we have a situation whereby people outside the country are even reporting to those that are living in the country that this is what is actually happening in this particular place. And when you get there, you actually find it the way they sent it to you from outside the country. Now the police officers actually have the effrontery to say that they didn't kill hunger protesters during the protest that they did. Amnesty has to apologize. Why should they apologize in the first place? We actually called you police officers and you are to protect the lives and properties of the citizens, but you are doing the other way around. You are going the other way around, which is not supposed to be. We have cases whereby you just pick any innocent citizens, lock them up. At the end of the day, nothing to write home about. Some are being sentenced to death for things they did not commit. Some are being sentenced to prison for offenses they did not commit. The Nigeria Police Force has dismissed allegations made by Amnesty International in its report titled Bloody August, Nigeria Government's Violent Crackdown on #End Bad Governance Protest, describing the claims as false, misleading and damaging to the image of the force. Some actually lost some part of their bodies during this #End Bad Governance protest. I am sorry. Okay, fine. We understand that Amnesty International organizations are actually lying against you. Can you come out and tell us how did those that died during the protest, how did they die? Did they stand up against themselves and start shooting themselves or killing themselves? That's question number one. And number two, the tear gas that you were tear gassing them, where did you get it from? Was it those that came for protest that tear gassed themselves, or you did? Nigeria Police, the report released on November 28, 2024, accused the police of extrajudicial killings during the August 1st to August 10 #hunger protest, claiming that at least 24 people were killed in 6 northern states. However, the police have refuted these claims, asserting that their findings contradict Amnesty International's allegation. Addressing a press briefing on the matter on Sunday, the first spokesperson, Lumiwa Adejobi, said a special investigative panel was constituted to verify the claims. I remember vividly during that August 1st to August 10 protest, when Amnesty International came out and said police officers were killing the innocent protesters, they mentioned the total number of protesters that were killed. And from the same police force, he came out and said those that died were not up to that. And you actually decided to shoot because they tried to attack you. Now you are coming out to say you did not do anything of such. The first statement and this, why are they contradicting each other? Your statements are contradicting it. If you can stand firm on one statement, I think that Amnesty International can come out and say, okay, fine, We would apologize only if we don't have evidence. And for Amnesty International to come out and say they saw this, definitely there is evidence full everywhere. Some Nigerians, as we speak, I can say boldly that they still have, should I say, video recording, pictorial events and all that relating to that August protest and to that October 1st protest as well. The last but not the least, this is coming from Ip Man. Ip Man is saying, do not panic, don't be scared, don't be anxious. We have enough fuel. Avoid panic buying. Ip Man is selling this to Nigerians, and this is coming as a result of Nigerians buying fuel and storing it in their house, because now before we close our eyes and open it, we'll see that there's scarcity of fuel. We don't have access to fuel in Nigeria anymore. Now they are coming out to say, don't panic, don't buy this thing home to avoid fire disaster. Because if you keep petrol in your house, if you keep fuel in your house, and there's just a little spark, you know it's going to affect, and everything is going to escalate, and boom, everything is gone. So you can buy whatever you need at that particular time. Don't buy and store at home. Stop panic buying. That is Iman coming out to the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. Iman has urged Nigerians to avoid panic buying as there is enough fuel in the country. Mr. Okadike Chinedu, Iman Public City Secretary, said this on Sunday in Abuja. He commended the Dangote Petroleum Refinery for reducing the price of its premium motor spray PMS, also known as petrol, to 899 naira 50 kobo per liter. He said that the gesture would help reduce transport costs for Nigerians ahead of Yuletide holidays. You see, that is the beauty of the regulation. Prices are determined by market forces. With the Dangote and federal government refineries by the corner, this will bring competitive prices, Chinedu said. He also urged IPMA members to adjust their pump to the new pump price to attract more customers. We have started ordering on the new price, and even some of our members have already started adjusting their pumper lowers to be able to have faster sale. If your price is higher, nobody will buy from you. This is coming from Ip Man to Nigerians. So be rest assured that we have enough fuel that can circulate to everybody in Nigeria. Alright, we've come to the end of news review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can also join the WhatsApp community on 0701010854 or 0812314334. Thanks to all our viewers and to our sponsor Nokpa. I also say a very big thank you to you. To my engineer, I say a very big thank you to you. Till I come again on your screen tomorrow, please be good and be fine. Bye for now.